What kind of questions? If you had a chance, Ojo, to ask Mr. President, what was his rationale for putting the list together? What would be your number one question? What was he looking at? Credibility, track record, potential? What are the indices?
I think the three points that you highlighted are part of the criteria that Mr. President is actually watching out for. Let's just put it like that, because this is a man that came on board based on his perceived integrity, having served as a military head of state of a great nation. So let's just believe that, okay, one of the attributes or one of the reasons why the list was delayed is because of, okay, how clean is Mr. Hay that wants to come on the list? How good is his integrity? I believe virtually all of them, they've served in different capacities, personally, individual, and in the corporate world. And I'm so sure he must have done a kind of background check to actually see if they fit into his cabinet before he could come on. But
Bola, are people expecting angels in these positions?
No. Sincerely, we are not expecting angels. Nigerians will run Nigeria fair. Let's agree with that. But the issue is this: for a government that wants to do things differently, to a government that came into power, I was talking about change, talking about a new order. I think it is pertinent that we ask, that we ensure that people that are going to serve in their government are people that are of remarkable and dignifying posture. Now, if you look at the list, we have individuals that have questionable characters. Either they're facing allegations of this or allegations of that.
But is that enough to knock off a person's character, since all these are allegations?
Allegations is not enough. But the issue is this: even in the Western world, in the democracy we copy, or the Western democracy we copy. Once you have allegations, the best thing is for you to clear the allegation before you take over the government job. If you're in government and you have the allegation, the best thing for you is to do what? Is to step down. Okay. So, if these individuals have allegations, I think it's best that they should clear the name first before taking up any action.
Well, we'll wait and see how that story unfolds. Talking about allegations, this one is moving into the office of the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to Mr. President Buhari. Talking about Femi Adesina, who's been under a lot of fire and criticism for his approach and manner, especially on social media, in terms of the way he tweets. Nigerians across party divides have descended on him at various times. All you just need to check out his timeline to see to see the comments. Others poked fun at the spokesman for what they described as childish, immature, and unbecoming of such a sensitive office. One of the tweets he put out, I think it was a month or two ago, was, and I quote, said, "If PDP had begun to cry wolf when there was none on INEC chairman, then they should be set for louder lamentations, the wailing wailers." You know, a lot of very personal comments have been pushed out on behalf of Mr. President, and the trend has continued. Now, this is a man who obviously got the job on merit. I mean, he's the current president of Nigerian Guild of Editors, serving managing director, editor-in-chief, Sun newspapers, Vanguard in the past. He has a very good record as an editor-writer, but could it be that he wasn't really cut out for this new age in terms of communication, especially when you throw it out there and nobody has a second chance to make a first impression? What you put out there is what people judge you on. What do you think, Ojo?
I think we should understand a fact here. Corporate and private life is different from that of government. You are not expected to behave the way you are behaving while you're running a business or working with an organization that is different from government, as the same way in which you are going to behave when you get to a particular post which falls under the government. See, they are responsible and accountable to us as people, as a nation. So they should be careful of the kind of stuff that they push out, realizing the fact that he is representing the government and whatever comes out of his mouth will be taken as something that was...
But what's your take? I mean, you're a blogger. I'm sure you've read some of his comments. Do you think he's just settling into the job? Do you think all this would be a thing of the past once he stabilizes?
With the trend, the stuff, his kind of comments he's taking, I'm not so sure it's going to be a thing of the past, really, except if he's careful enough. He should, I think he should try and sit back, reassess and reanalyze his job thus far and his engagement with the polity, and see that there are lapses in this kind of area that we are referring to, and then make amends.
Let's touch on quickly Diezani's arrest, of course, and swing into Saraki as well. He's on the hot seat. She's on the hot seat. Different continents, one in UK, one here in Nigeria. Some of the opinion that, I mean, I was reading about Diezani's arrest and the fact that the UK had set up some kind of task force since 2013, and they've been investigating her. And, well, she's on bail currently, but the question is, there is an investigation. It has started. Some of the opinion that they even prefer her to be tried out there than in here and all whatnot. Still on the issue of corruption, accountability, what's your take on how far do you think Diezani's case will go? Do you think one of those cases that just die prematurely and nobody knows what happened?
See, I'm delighted. Sincerely, I am. Like every Nigerian, I am. The Mrs. Diezani Alison-Madueke has been a very controversial character for the past few months now, and that is based on our activities as a former minister for petroleum resources. If United Kingdom has evidence of facts that she has perpetrated this activity, these atrocities, and they feel there is need to take legal action against her, I think it is only justified that such legal process should take place in the UK. I think on the area of justice and fairness, I don't see the reason why the UK still have to transfer evidence to Nigeria. She was caught there. Passport was seized there. They have evidence against her.
And 4 other Nigerians apparently.
4 other Nigerians. So, and thank God, they've someone like James Ibori have also been given a fair hearing there. So I think it is only sane enough that they also try hard there.
Let's see how that goes. A supposed blogger got arrested for talking about Ogun State First Lady. Ojo Emmanuel, can you shed more light on that?
Wow, that's pretty.
No, you see. When you use a supposed blogger, and you refuse to refer to him as someone that got arrested, I was actually taken aback.
let me just come out so I don't confuse those watching. You were arrested for talking about Ogun State First Lady. What's the genesis? What happened? You're out. Let's take those.
I think I would like to draw much on my experience after the day I was arrested and afterwards. Did
you see this coming?
I wouldn't say yes.
Well, you wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't say no, really. The matter is before a court of competent jurisdiction, so I wouldn't want to delve into the whole case. But what was the general idea of what you wrote? What was it about? It's a kind of information on the money laundering case in UK, so to speak. But having said that, my experience and the way I was even arrested, it's quite funny, really, if you ask me. I believe this is a country where rule of law is supreme and where my fundamental human rights shouldn't be tampered with. But going through the arrest and the drama that ensued afterwards, you would realize that it's kind of funny, really, like a kind of some group of individuals. Let me be specific.
I need to be very quick. My producer is in my head, literally.
A situation where I was accosted by the chief security officer to the governor, unaware, in Mufti, dragged out of my car.
And the allegation was what?
This money laundering of a thing. Dragged out of my car, locked me. The next thing, I was inside a police a detention.
Was there any major interrogation carried out?
None at all. None at all.
And you were let out free, bail?
No, see,
you're not even charged?
This is the point. I slept 3 detention rooms or cells in 4 days.
From one police. For you.
And the funniest aspect is this, Oscar. If you arrest an individual, maximum that is allowed to spend in your detention is 24 hours. Right, yes. I spent more than 24 hours before I was charged to court.
I think we'll need to take you on this maybe in another edition, maybe next week. Hopefully, you won't be arrested before then. But thank you very much, Bola Adekoya, and of course, Ojo Emmanuel. Thank you very much. Still Rubbin Minds. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about the Red Summit, the biggest omni-media summit, courtesy Red Media Africa in partnership with Troika Holdings and the School of Media and Communication, Pan Atlantic University. All that and much more right here on Rubbin Minds.